And we are live. Hello, world.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome to another Geekgasm. We are counting down the days of campaign closing.
Oh yeah, that's true,
Happening.
right? We're all on the butt end of ours, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to some of these campaigns being over.
To tell you the truth, so am I.
Then I just
So am
then
I.
I just get right back into. I mean, I still got books out there that I haven't gotten the mail yet. I had a good couple days where every day I got something new for 3 days. A book showed up, and that was cool. But then that was after a big dry spell. Of not getting any books, not getting anything. Because I'll go through these books pretty quick. I read them in one sitting usually, depending on how thick it is.
Do you get kickstartled?
Yeah,
Where you forget you ordered them and then they
yeah,
just show up?
it's happened. It's happened. But that's when the book is so old that you're like, oh, I ordered this 3 years ago.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I had an eventful morning. We'll get into that too. Very eventful morning here
Oh.
in the grand household.
No.
Had to be remedied and fixed very quickly. It took, gosh, from 10:15 to no 10 oh hold on from 10 o'clock to 2:30 to basically get fixed. But we'll go into that. Roll the intro, get into our questions, and
Sure, yeah, and have
see
some
where we're at.
fun.
Yeah. All right, I'll hit the intro for you, Lola. Here you go.
And welcome back.
Hello.
As always,
Hello.
your Indie Princess Lola. And I am the EIC over at IndieVolt.com. And I am the creator and writer of Lore, which is still funding at Indiegogo, but you only got a couple days left. And I am joined by the lovely Daphne Lage. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm frazzled but good. It's like, hello everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. And I've been self-publishing comics since 1992. And I am known for my fantasy funny animal adventure tall tales, right here, and also I'm known for my medieval fantasy soap opera currently on Kickstarter, Egoraven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which is now in its last 6 days. You can read both my comics online at talltalesonline.com, that's TIILS, and egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics on YouTube at Daphne Lage, LAGE Art.
Awesome.
Nice.
And Mr. Luke?
My name is Luke Stone. I am a writer and artist behind a book called Hybrids, The Sons of Gods. We are live on Indiegogo right now with part 1 and 2 of The Killing Field and this really cool action figure
Absolutely.
that you can get on there right now. We have 6 days left for funding, and we need to hit some stretch goals. We need to move that needle. We need to pad the numbers, if you will. We need to run the score up.
Right,
So,
really.
go check it out today. Yeah.
I see you got your figure painted finally.
I did, yeah. So I finally got it painted. I was doing some tests on some painting. I think it turned out pretty good. I learned a few things while doing it.
So look at that, yeah.
Looks like a
That's
that
cool.
trash man. Time to take out the trash. My name's Trash Man. I'm gonna kill you. Yeah. Anyway, it's been a long day, so
yeah,
you
for
should
all
be
of
prepared.
us.
You should be prepared for some silliness and tomfoolery.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
all I got to say.
Let the shenanigans commence.
And my lovely other half. How are you doing today, sir?
Hello, everybody. I'm very Grant. Sorry it's so noisy around me. Apparently, my neighbors decided now was the time to make all the fucking noise they want.
Oh no, yeah, I had to
going
deal
down
with
the street.
construction.
Yeah,
I had construction all day today too.
Yeah, the car runs down the street. It's ridiculous. So it's it's like, hey, it's 9 o'clock. Everybody should be quieting down. Nope, not my neighborhood. It's time to party. Bang bang. So yeah, just it's been a wild day. Hello, everybody. My name is Varian Grant. I'm the founder of Indie Volt Media LLC. Been making comics since 2008. I am I'm just here today. I'm here I'm trying to push through. Being live on the internet is a lot more stressing than it need be today.
Yeah.
But we are here. So we got a new Geekgasm sponsor too, but I'll tell you guys about that in a couple minutes too.
Ooh.
A Geekgasm only sponsor too. It's not-
Ooh.
What was so stressful today, V?
well,
Everything, man.
yeah, everything. It's been one hurdle after another today. I had a meeting at 12:30, which that was fine. I knew that was coming, and I knew I had to handle that. Woke up and I woke up at like 7 this morning, and I was having this really severe hand cramp, just hand just really cramped up and everything. And I got an email from a company claiming that they had that my logo is too close to theirs. They're requesting that I change it, and I'm like, I'm not. I'll have no. My logo is not even anywhere near their logo at all. They do have a fist. They have electricity shooting behind their fist, and I'm like, oh, that's just oh well,
Wow.
So
Okay. That could be serious.
yeah. So, but well, the thing is, they're involved in
Patent trolling.
Well, I want to call them patent trolls, but they're involved in apparently like some type of sheet stamping or something. And so I'm like, hey, look, guys, I'm in comics, and I got my LLC paperwork done a long time ago. F off. I drew my, we've been in business. I think they said they had been in business since 2019. So,
okay. So right. Okay. So they all right. So they're in the sheet metal business.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. So they're not just a company just trying to control.
No, right. I had a company try to be Indigo once though. They had a whole thing set up.
I think I remember that.
I remember that. Some Canadians, right?
Yeah. They were from.
We're Indie Volt, eh?
Yeah. It was crazy, and then getting that type of things, getting those things taken care of. We a lot of people think, well, it's just the internet business. It's not. It's physical business. I got stuff that we're shipping out. Randy's getting ready to ship out Indie Vote Revolt. There's a lot of work that goes into this. And I had someone else message me this morning, and they said, hey, I'm trying to build something a lot like Indie Vote, and I want to know, what does it take? And I told them, work, perseverance, don't rush anything.
Yeah.
Let it all come to you naturally. Let the company grow.
Are you saying that you shouldn't start a company today and then tomorrow, like, I don't know, let's say just break it off into like 4 different kind of businesses or imprints?
I wouldn't. I mean, but then again,
that sounds specific.
Not specific at all.
Well, like with Indie Vote, like I knew what I wanted. There was a goal. Because I mean, I think I mentioned the other night, I had been some time. I was lucky enough to when I met Mike Turner, Jared Seamus, the owner of Wizard, was at his table, and I'm like, this is a twofer. So I get to shake both their hands and everything, and I'm like, oh, I'm talking to these guys, and Jared told me, he said, you could do this, man. This is easy. This is his passion. This is my passion out here. This is my love of the industry out here. So that was cool. But yeah, just let it grow organically. Just take like I knew what I wanted. I knew what I would like to have. Opportunities present themselves. You have to figure out if you want it or not.
Hey, Edwin.
Hey, Edwin. Hey.
What's up, Ace?
And then the best part. 10 o'clock, I hear my dogs barking. That could be anything. That could be someone slammed the door. That could be someone's walking around the house. Whatever it is. My kid comes in and says, someone's at the door. Someone's at the door. Who's at the door? I go to the door. I don't see anybody. I open the door. I look out. I see nothing. And then I look out in the street at the neighbor's house. And there's a van, and they're like, what are they? I'm like, hello, hello, and I can't see anybody, can't hear anybody. And there's this lady, and she's from the power company, and because of clerical error, they were here. They were going to. It's funny. They were here to disconnect any electricity. Now, as you guys can see, I have power.
Right.
Well, what
They'll
time?
come out at 10 at night.
10 p.m. I mean 10 a.m. Sorry, 10 a.m.
Oh, 10 a.m.
10 this morning. Yeah,
Okay.
they were here to
Oh.
disconnect electricity, and they
What time do you think it is, Daphne?
Oh, that requires me to pay attention.
and they came out, and I'm like, man, there's got to be an error, and I'm trying to fix it, and I'm trying to talk to her, but she's like, I gotta get it up. I'm like, well, wait a minute, give me a second to fix this. And they do not.
Power.
Yeah, they do not wait. So I run in the house, I get my phone, I come out, I'm talking to her. Meanwhile, another guy comes from around out of my backyard, and I look at him, and I'm like, well, I go in the house, everything's dark. Everything's dark.
Oh, he cut the power. He went and he pulled the meter.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what the
Wait
heck?
a minute, don't they usually send you like a letter or something when they're going to do that?
Exactly. This is how clerical errors come into play, though. So I'm on the phone. I talk to him like, hey, what's going on? Oh, yeah. We're sorry.
Oopsie.
Yeah. It's a a whoopsie daisy. So from
Like, I got a whoopsie daisy here for you.
Yeah, exactly. From
Uh-huh.
I must have been on the phone with them for about 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. While I don't have power again till 2:30.
Oh God, it's just like it's just like when you charge your credit card, like the money comes out immediately, but the second you want a refund, it takes 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was like the guy literally pulled out the meter within seconds, but now it takes hours to
You got to wait for a phone call and the paperwork.
Yeah.
When we were
fix that without a meter, though.
When we a couple of years ago, we rented a house, and it was one of the new high tech meters. They have it where you can. They don't even come out to your house. They turn it on and off.
Oh yeah, I have that here too.
Yeah. And I like that because we moved in, and they were like, "Yeah, I need to get my power." Oh yeah, no problem. It was on. I was expecting to go somewhere for like 3-4 hours, sit in the movie theater or something, watch a movie while they come and do that. No, did it right like within 5 minutes. So, but here, I guess they still have to come out. But it was back on at 2:30, and with apologies,
Oh sure.
Sorry, Mr.
Our
Grant.
bad.
Yeah. No
Whoopsie
discount.
Daisy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was They all, when I called them, I'm like, hey, what's going on? Oh, someone came out and then they left. They said you weren't home, so they rescheduled for the second. Like, you think I'm sitting there without power until the second on a mistake? Well,
yeah,
no.
Really.
Yeah. So but it
like, I know where your offices are.
Yeah.
You had a fun day.
It resolved itself, and
You had a fun day.
Oh.
Brian K. Morris says, "Good evening,
Hey,
people."
Good evening.
What's up,
Good evening.
Ryan?
Ryan, hello. And I'm gonna get into the first question here because they are spicy.
Oh, spicy today.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I like it's fun to be on the spicy shows.
Yeah.
I like the first one because it's kind of motivating.
Oh, okay, that's good.
But I'll put up here. Who wants to do the reading? Because I got to step away for like 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll do the reading.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, indie comic creators don't get farther because they refuse to put money back into their projects or brand. They keep waiting for Netflix, Amazon, whoever to discover them. Make it happen for yourself. Find companies and organizations that will help you push your product. The mainstream news is not going to help you. And even if they run a pity puff piece on your title, it'll be buried by the end of the news day by mainstream shit. Get on the fucking ball. Fuck that. Be the ball. Pink Mink. Well, thank you, Pink Mink.
I wasn't aware Pink Mink was all up in my business.
Well, but you're not wrong. To really come out. It's like, yeah, you're not wrong. But on the other hand, it's like there's a lot of creators out there who are waiting, who are doing their projects solely waiting for that Netflix deal. But at the same time,
Is
it's
that
like,
your bird again?
yeah, he's right
Nice.
here. Yeah. I was hoping he'd be sleeping by now. But also it's like it is kind of difficult to get attention from mainstream sources, even if you do try to be out there. So depending on what a creator is actually trying to accomplish, it's not just about, putting money back into our projects and getting our stuff, trying to get eyes on it. I mean, that's the goal anyway.
No.
Oops, I'm sorry.
But we're trying. We're trying.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna call shenanigans on that one.
Okay.
Because most of the people I know aren't waiting for Netflix. Like they
Right,
know, like
yeah.
Netflix ain't looking at them.
Exactly.
Like, Netflix ain't gonna like stumble across you one day.
Uh-huh.
They're out there crowdfunding. They're trying to get on every show they can. They're doing stuff like that. For instance, like the RPG that I'm doing for this one. Like I found someone to do the RPG. I didn't wait for some RPG company to come up. I'm like, make it myself.
Right.
We're making it ourselves.
Mhm.
And most of the people I know, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And that we don't invest back into our. Come on. You don't make money until you're at least 4 issues in on something.
Well, that's true. Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah,
it takes a while.
Everything. If someone's like, everything is invested in that stuff they ain't got. I'm telling you what, my kids have eaten ramen so that we can make a comic book. Don't tell me about investment. I love the sentiment and I get it. Yeah, it's all going to get buried at the end of the day by the mainstream.
Right. Yeah.
They don't care. But I don't know what indie creators you're looking at. They must just be a bunch of bums, because the ones I know are working their buns off.
Right. Well, it's like because like I said, there are indie creators out there that they're just producing their work just for the Netflix deal. Or the fantasy of a Netflix deal. Like they're literally running checklists as to like what's popular on Kickstarter and whatnot, and like, oh, if I make a comic like this, then this will get all the attention. And I on one hand, they're not wrong either, because these same people are making money on their books, but we're not talking about passion projects here.
Well, I mean, there are a few different kinds of creators, and you have to like figure out, like, there's serious ones who really want to make a go at it.
Yeah.
There's daydreamers who think that I made issue 1 and
exactly,
that's gonna happen for me. That's gonna be the next big thing.
Like it takes them. Yeah, it's like they did like 1 issue in 2 years, and they think they're like king of the mountain.
Yeah, and then there's the other creator. Then there's the other creators that are like, it's a hobby for them.
Yeah.
They're a garage publisher. They want to make a book. They want to put it up on their website. They don't crowdfund that often. However long it takes to make an issue, that's what it is. And then they sell it to their friends, their families. They go to a convention every once in a while.
Yeah.
You've got to see which one they are, and I mean, some of them, like, if that's all they want to be, if all they want to do is like, hey, I just want to write pitches for Netflix, and I'm going to do it in comic form. Well, let them do that and be unsuccessful. That's okay. I mean, there's some of us out there that are too busy making money, or trying to make money,
or just trying to get a story out. Because I could care less about a Netflix deal. That is so not on my agenda on any level.
Well, I wouldn't say I could care less.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't care less. Yeah. And it's like,
but you wouldn't pass it up if it came your way.
It would, until it shows up, I'm not keeping my door open for it. It's like, it's that type of thing,
The opportunity was there. I would care a whole lot. I'd be like,
it depends. I've seen,
what it is. I'm moving to Hollywood.
I've seen opportunities like this come and go, and they're usually not the big deal you think it is.
They're not.
They're not. I mean, it's like my mother had a friend who did a documentary who went the whole Netflix deal, and you'd be surprised at how anticlimactic it was.
It's not. It's like, I got optioned. That you got optioned so that nobody else could make your.
So so it's like, it's like, so I'm not impressed by the whole thing, and it's like I said, it's not even a goal. I'm just interested in putting out my comic and kickstarting kick starting it
Mhm.
and just getting the books out there. If people see it and notice it, that's great. If they don't, whatever. It's like I have my fans who are interested in it anyway. So but yeah, and also it's like mainstream. It's like, look, with back in the day when I was trying to get Tall Tales covered by some mainstream outlets, I was outright told, "Oh, I personally don't like furry stuff. So I'm not going to look at your stuff for this so-called media website."
Mhm.
So it's like, sometimes you try and you just hit a wall anyway. So I just learned to not care about walls.
Well, let me be the let me try to let me give the other side to this. Now,
Okay.
I'm someone who, I own a media company
Oh, yeah, exactly. Right.
that's meant
Yeah.
to push this stuff.
Uh-huh.
There are people who um mm, there are people who will not, oh, you're too small for my news.
Right. Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
like, what did you say? Like, I'm too. So you like. Here's the thing, Bleeding Cool. As much as I hear they do some outreach to indie creators,
I hate them so much.
they're not going to really follow you until you do something grand. Now, sure, once you have something to offer, once you are a powerhouse, then yeah, sure, they'll probably, oh yeah, we'll cover that.
When you don't need them anymore.
Right. When you,
Yeah.
yeah. When Newsweek will cover you, but now they're like, oh well, shit, we better get involved with this person. Indie Vote is here for the independent. That's what we've been here for. That's why we continue to be here. I have had people tell me, oh well, I didn't know you guys existed, or yeah, well, I'm really trying to get this story out to to Bleeding Cool, or it's like, well, why? And that's no diss on anybody else's any other networks. It's just like, look, there are other independent networks out here that will carry your news and will help push it. But if you're not giving that news, if you're not sending press releases, we can't cover it. We can't talk about it. So you have to send those things out. The other thing is, I will say that there are people who don't put their own money behind it, and it makes me wonder.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder how. I can't understand people who say, I'm really successful at this. I'm successful, and then when you say, okay, well, listen, here's what we're doing. Well, I can't. Like, I mean, I'll put it this way. Well, we got the Indie Vote Comic Book Awards. There is a submission fee. Oh, there's a submission fee. Oh, yeah, it's only like tops $22. Tops. Is that the submission fee isn't $22? Submission fee is $5.
Right,
But
depending
if
on
you
how many
wanted
categories.
yeah, but it's $1 per category, so you could submit to every category and pay $22. And they're like, oh, whoa, that's a lot of money. Like, is it really? It's not that much money actually, but okay.
$22. That's like
That's
like a
lunch.
letter for one page.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and it's like, how much should comic cost to get made? And no one's getting screwed out their money. They get laurels. They're gonna get, some traction. It's gonna be up there. They have submitted. They get a submission laurel. It's then they'll get a nomination laurel if they're nominated, and then we're giving away actual trophies. This is going to be a show that we build, and maybe the first show isn't as big as people want it to be, but the second and third, we're going to keep going, and we're going to grow it into something, because, like I said earlier in the opening, sometimes you just got to keep pushing and let stuff happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say to this to Pink Mink here to I think that Luke is right. There are people out there who are pushing their content and they're pushing their work.
There was a time when I didn't invest money into comics, but I was not a creator. I wouldn't call myself a creator at that particular point. I might have thought like, hey, I'm a comic book writer, artist, I'm a creator. I might have taken on that moniker in that moment, but looking back, I wasn't a creator. I was a manager at a major parts retail chain. That's what I was. That's what I was. And I drew this comic book with my friends, and we did one. Like, that was it. Like, it was just a hobby. It was like, hey, it's like the day I decided, hey, I want to build a guitar. So I built a guitar, but I'm not a luthier. I'm not a fine guitar craftsman. I built a guitar. I built, at this point I've built like 3 or 4, but I'm not a guitar builder. That's not what I am. I'm, you until you really start to invest in your education and into your craft, you're not really that thing,
Yeah.
So I think that maybe some of these people, maybe they're dabbling, they're like they're dipping their toes in it, but
Right.
yeah.
All right, I can take up the reading from here if you want, Daphne, or you can do it.
No,
It's
I
up to
can
you.
do it. It's
Okay,
fine.
go
It's
ahead.
fine. Okay, so looks like cons are on the way back, but honestly, this time away from them has actually made me. This time away from them has actually made me see where I don't think I need or miss them. Don't get me wrong, there are some shows like my local cons that I will not miss, but as far as being that journeyman artist roaming the country weekend after weekend, I don't think I need that in my life anymore. Am I alone in thinking this way? Jam of the God Harris. No, you're not alone. You're not alone. I mean, I think that this year and a half has really prioritized a lot, allowed people to prioritize a lot of things. And yeah, and conventions is just one of those things where it's like you pretty much learned whether you could survive without them or not. Kickstarter especially makes it easy to not have to do conventions. I mean, honestly, me myself, I make more money on Kickstarter than I ever do at conventions. But at the same time, I miss the social aspect of conventions, the actually going outside part and going places and whatnot. And but the thing is, I mean, if you realized in that year and a half that conventions are not something that was working for you, you don't have to force it to work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I miss some of the people. I miss some of my local shows. It's gonna be hard to get back in the swing of being out on the road weekend after weekend. That's gonna be difficult. But it's like I took a year off before, and it was a forced year off, basically. With my health had crashed, and I had to take a year off. This is 8 years ago, maybe. And that first show back though was kind of cool because it was like being new again. And then now we've had 2 years where we've sat at home and we've gotten our stuff together. We've got so much stuff. It's like now I got so much new stuff to show you because I haven't had the ability to be out there. But I mean, I don't know if I don't think I need cons anymore. I miss them. I miss my local shows. I miss some non-local shows too. I mean, like I'm looking forward to a Wizard World. Honestly, I'm looking forward to a Wizard World and Ace. I'm looking forward to those shows. But I don't. It has made me realize maybe I don't need to drive to that show, that little 2-day show. It's like 4 days away. It's a 2-day drive.
Right.
Maybe that one I could stay home for. So yeah, that's there. But
well, okay. So here's the deal. It all depends on your business model.
Yeah.
I like cons, right? I like going to those things. Whenever I go, I normally sell pretty good, and I'm able to get a few new customers. But there is something that happens at a con that doesn't happen on normal marketing for your book. It's the trade show excitement. It's like everything looks shinier, everything seems more exciting. And when you're there pitching it, it comes across in a different way than if it's translated through a computer screen or through a video for crowdfunding or something like that. Some people, and I like the local con. My business model has never been to travel the convention circuit. It never has been, because I can't be gone but 4 weekends a year from my regular job. So I've had to find a way to be successful without conventions. And so all the conventions I do are usually 1-day conventions that are within driving distance from where I'm at on a Saturday, Friday or Saturday. And only 4 times a year do I miss my my Sunday that I have to be be there. So I have like 4 Sundays a year that I can miss, and I'm not going to spend all of them on conventions. So the local con and the smaller con and local comic shops, those things are great because they still give you that excitement one-on-one to where you can reach someone new that maybe you couldn't on the internet. But there are some people's business that they depend on that, like snake oil traveling salesman type situation where you go in and, you know, like they do the pitch and they get you to buy their book, and then you don't realize that the book or the art is really not that good until you get home, when you're like, oh, wait a second, this is, you know, it looked like it was something better there, you know, that kind of. So there's a few people that are like that, you know. I think conventions are fine though. I think, but you know, I didn't need them before COVID, and I certainly don't need them after. It's more of a want situation. I don't need any big convention. I find that I spent more money on tables and food and all that than I made. It's at these bigger conventions. I always do better. Like I have this thing. I don't want to spend more than $100 for a table. You know, so if it's
that narrows it down.
It really does.
Yeah,
but I'm profitable now.
Right.
I'm not losing. I'm not hemorrhaging, because I mean, think about it. Some of these conventions you go to, it's $200 or more for a table, and everyone that's there just paid a butt ton to get in, and they're paying for an autograph from the famous person they came to see. They don't care about Luke over here with his stupid hybrids book. They don't care about me, you know, and they're not going to spend their money on me because they just had to buy a $12 hamburger. They can't afford to buy my book.
I think that the worst moments was, I forgot which. I don't remember if this was in Washington or something, or Washington D.C. But we were at a show where we had a guy like literally poking at our books, and we were selling the books for like, I don't know, like $2 or something. It was something ridiculous, and he's poking at it, and he's like hemming and hawing. It's like, oh, I don't know, $2, blah blah blah, and then around his neck was a VIP pass, because I think like William Shatner was at the show, and this VIP pass we knew for a fact was $700. So here was this guy poking, you know, kind of, you know, groaning about spending $200 on a comic, and it's like, oh, I don't know, but he had $700 around his neck.
Oh, you mean $2 on a comic? You said $200 first. I was like $200.
Oh no, $2 for a comic, but he had a $700 lanyard around his neck.
Man, you see, that's the thing. And no matter what you do, someone's always going to want to get free stuff out of you. Like, oh, well, can I take that sticker? Like, dude, that sticker cost me $2 to make.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's like, you understand how expensive die cut stickers are for someone that doesn't buy them in bulk.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. People don't understand that stuff, and so like I never really needed. Yeah, and so don't feel bad if you say, you know, it's not part of my business model. I don't need to be gallivanting across the country.
That's
true. You know, I think that model works really well if you live in an RV and like.
That's true. Yeah.
And if that's part of your life, that's what you do. But you've got to be at a trade show all the time. You've always got to be at a trade show. It's just so expensive.
There was a print monger who I think did that he lived in his car, and he just went from convention to convention. He printed out his stock at whatever the local Kinko's was, and then he would make his money at every convention, and he would just go from city to city living like that.
If that's what you want to do, that's great. You know, I like roots. But yeah, I don't want to be busy every weekend doing a convention. You know, I've got a family. I want to hang out with them. I want to have a reasonable life. And so it's okay to build a business model that doesn't depend on conventions. I think conventions are great. You know, support your local conventions as best you can. And there's so many of these small little 1 or 2 day things that pop up. You know, support those guys, because these people that organize these conventions, they want good vendors, and then they want a crowd there. And so you're going to get a crowd if there's good vendors. And so go ahead and be a part of those, you know, but there's no need to have to. You don't feel like you've got to go all over the place.
Don't feel pressure to do that if you know it doesn't work for you.
Now I did want to ask you guys this, because this is from Indie Volt Radio, and I want to kind of get through these questions pretty quick because we're going to run out of time. Indie Volt Radio question. I'm starting to not like Kickstarter, and this is from Marcus. Marcus says, I'm starting to not like Kickstarter because of what I am starting to label as perk bloat. So many people are putting up perks that they poorly explain. It's almost as if they've regurgitated on their page all of this content that they have, and I don't know how to select what I'm actually looking for.
Wow, yeah,
it's getting to the point of being ridiculous. I don't see this on Indiegogo. I think it's I don't see this on Indiegogo. I think it's a Kickstarter exclusive, but I think they may need to get in there and figure it out if this is a beta or a testing tier. I will say I backed the campaign, and I recently had a lot of that. I felt that because there was like I clicked it, and then to the left there was 36 different things I can add. There were T-shirts. There were challenge coins. There were towels. There was all this stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then the tiers themselves were confusing. So it's like, well, wait a minute, I get this, I get that. What was it? Because you remember the good old days where it used to be tier 1, you get this, tier 2, you get everything in tier 1 and this.
Right.
And tier 3, you got everything above and this. Now it's like, we're gonna mix and match. We're gonna have some zany fun here. And
so I think part of the problem with Kickstarter is that it has not had add-ons for a long time, and now it does. And so people don't understand how to use the add-ons well. Indiegogo, people do understand how to use the add-ons. I understand because even with my current Indiegogo, I'm running. There's actually 4 different books available. So there's part 1 and part 2 of the Killing Field you can get, but from a survey, I asked, hey, do you want me to run 2 other campaigns for the role-playing game and for the remaster issue 1? They said no, just stick it all in the same one. So there's a perk where you can get the trade paperback and issue 1 and issue 2, but there's also all of those add-ons. Everything is available as an add-on, and then there's like special perks where you can get, hey, you get all the special covers at a discounted price and things like that. So yeah, I get it, but you see it a lot more on Kickstarter, and I think it's because and the other thing is like someone like, hey, I want this, and this, and they will like custom order like an a la carte, and so you create that tier for those people to be able to get that a la carte thing that they want because they didn't have add-ons.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't go away. Even if you put it like just one was available, it doesn't go away. It stays there. And so it gets all kind of weird and
yeah, no, this is a problem that I'm having right now, because you're right. Like Indiegogo has always had the add-on, so everyone's used to it. And with Kickstarter, they just recently did this. So my campaign for issue 2, it's the first time I'm dealing with add-ons, and I'm already seeing how I'm going to improve it for my issue 3 campaign. And because I was kind of like, wow, I have a lot of levels, and like even I get confused with them. And having add-ons is a lot easier because then people can mix and match stuff. So for my next campaign, what I'm looking on doing is just like simplifying the levels and then having all the little extra things as add-ons so that people can kind of create their own level. As opposed to like me trying to like kind of like figure out, well, what if somebody wanted this? What if somebody wanted that? What if somebody wanted this other thing? So that's a real complaint. And also I've seen campaigns and I've passed on campaigns that it's the creator is so they poorly explain anything, so I don't know what I'm pledging. Like there was a particular campaign that for the longest time I never supported because I had no idea what the product was. It's like, is it an art book? Is it a comic book? Is it just? I mean, he was talking most about like I guess like the variant covers were like the big sell for him. So that's all he focused on. But I had no idea what the book was. So I never backed the campaign because I had no idea. Like I didn't know how many pages it was, whether it was like comics, was it prose, was it an art book? I mean, it was just like, it's like, why are you so bad at explaining your own project?
that's a learned thing though. Because I mean, just because you can write and draw and make a book or
Right,
whatever, it doesn't
yeah.
necessarily mean that you know how to market that book.
Yeah.
I you know what else I'm seeing, and I didn't believe it would happen or it was possible until I seen it on Kickstarter. There was a campaign and what they were launching, but then they had a tier there that was really expensive that had other stuff in it that was not from the campaign.
Yeah, it's just people dumping their inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I've seen that too.
And it was like, wait a minute, so do I get this and that? No, it was just this other. It was a whole new thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's like, come on.
But again, it's like if they're not familiar or they don't, like I said, the whole add-on thing just happened a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
So unless, so it's like now with add-ons, you can dump inventory into your add-ons and not clog your levels. But yeah, I was seeing that too, where people were just creating all these crazy levels. And yeah, it's like, what am I ordering here?
Yeah, but Indiegogo also has a private link, like a secret link. So you can create a secret perk and then just send that link out to people, so that like if people are interested in that kind of like weird odd thing, like I'm doing one for Voodoo Nations. So basically, if you so all of the Voodoo Nations people, I'm going to wind up sending out this private.
That's cool. Yeah, that would be really
where they can get
convenient.
some of my back stock, because I've got covers that Travis is all out of.
Right.
And that aren't available anymore, but I've got them sitting over here on my shelf, and so people want them, and I'm like, well, you got to buy part 1 and 2 of the Killing Field, and then I'll throw one of those books in. So yay.
No, but that also allows you, like if somebody says, well, can you do this and that, and instead of clogging up your levels, you could just send them the secret link, and nobody else has to worry about it.
Right. Here's a question from Courtney.
Oh, okay. So,
now, Daphne, you'll enjoy this one.
Oh, okay. Actually, it looks familiar. So, yeah. It's like I've been trying to launch a brand of female.
What'd you say, Lola?
We had one just like this before.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I remember that question. Saying, I have been trying to launch a brand of female-only art materials. I'm finding that a lot of tools are manufactured for men or with men end users as the focus. Sure, okay. My hands are smaller. Our arms, elbows are designed a bit differently than males, and I would just like to be able to comfortably draw. I believe it will make me a better artist in the end. My issue is that my concepts are being treated like a joke when I present them to manufacturers. Do you ladies think crowdfunding would be a viable option? Courtney. Yeah, this is related to, I remember a similar question a couple of months ago where someone was talking about the, what, for all we know, it's Courtney again.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
Although there's a second letter from Courtney today too.
Right. So the thing with like I understand the complaint, but the thing is that each artist is different, and the reason and pretty much I've seen both male and female artists completely retrofit their stuff for exactly the way they want it. So
I feel pencils are too small for my hands.
Right. It's like I went through that whole thing too, where it's like, oh, this pencil's too small, this pencil's too big, this pencil is, not the lead is yucky, and I don't like the feeling of this texture.
You're like the golden, you're like the Goldilocks of
right. Yeah. And it's like, my drawers are filled with supplies that it's like, well, maybe let me try this, let me try that. Does this work? Does this other thing? And yeah, so it's like, I don't know if you see, what's funny is that I think that if you kind of like try to rebrand as more like ergonomic as opposed to gender specific, you might be more successful at marketing this. Because in the end, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for more ergonomic and, something that works with us physically, as opposed to like, well, this is for boys and this is for girls.
I can't really speak a whole lot to this because obviously I'm not I'm male. So, I don't want to like kind of jump in and say something.
But have you retrofitted supplies?
I have retrofitted supplies to work for me.
Yeah.
But I've got a wife and a daughter. and I know that the pink tax is a real deal.
Yeah,
Like they will buy male deodorant sometimes because it will work just the same as female deodorant, but it's cheaper. And I know like they buy male razors because it's the exact same razor. It's not pink. There's a pink tax.
Yeah.
And here's what I worry about. If you market something for
Yeah.
women, it's good. They're going to make it pink, and then they're going to charge more for it than
and technically it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah. When but
that's
if you
why
market it, ergonomic, I think
ergonomic, if you kind of market it as ergonomic, you might have more success with that. And crowdfunding is always an option, but the whole this is for males or this is for females. It's like, look, you're talking to somebody who wears men's shirts because they're more comfortable.
It reminds me of an episode of The Office where Robert California is trying to get some ideas, and Stanley was like, it's pink paper, and they spelled it different. You know, for women who want, it's like, that's a stupid idea. Like, why would they do different paper? I think that might be
the Financial Times is printed on pink paper, but that's pretty much it.
I don't know. I mean, I know. Wacom, they had made it so that at one point people can turn the tablet if they were left-handed. They make it easy to draw, so the buttons were on the right, and that was fine. But we were talking, and then that's ergonomics. But is it ergonomic? Whatever. Ergonomic. Yeah, ergonomic. But to make it like, you make the pencils smaller, you make the pencils. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And where does it stop? And again, manufacturing cost goes into it.
There's a lot of variables.
Yeah. And there might be some guys or anyone could benefit from having a smaller pencil or different type of eraser. So I think that you should maybe just, I mean, I hate to say it, but just kind of learn to use what you got. Also, what you're looking for may already be out there. Go to an art store. And I'm not talking about, you have to go to an art store. You're gonna like
a Blix art supply.
Yeah, you have to go to Blix. You go to Walmart, you're not gonna find it.
I think it was like Jerry's Artorama. I think that's another one.
You can go to Hobby Lobby and miss some of that stuff.
Hobby Lobby. Yeah, but the minute you start trying to go into like Michael's has some stuff out there you can toy with too. But if you go into an art store, if you go into a Blix or Artorama,
you have to go an actual.
You could find, you might be able to find a pencil that's a little bit smaller from a different company that might actually do the job for you. Mm-hmm. And you know what, this one feels better. I like this one in my hand more so than the other one. Yeah.
Because it's like so it's like, I use this, but then I also have, this on it too. Mm-hmm. That's also a little bit lighter. And then it's like, I'm always playing around with different types of pens.
Yeah.
And then it's like, then I have my rapidographs where it's like, okay, this maybe works or, and then it's like, I'm also playing around with regular pens, and it's like, and then you have a little grippy thing, and then that's not even counting all the mechanical pencils that I'm still fussing with, and it's just a lot of it's a lot of variables.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't think it's a male female thing as opposed to what works best with us. I mean, there was one guy I was watching on YouTube. He had this, and then he had like this honking wad of masking tape all around it. The thing, like he was holding it was like this.
It's for his carpal tunnel.
It's like it's like it was just like a whole thing, and it's like, that a thinner, smaller pencil is definitely not going to do anything for him, and nobody's definitely making a pencil like this. So
I run into that problem with it. All the pencils are there. That's why I like the stylus that I've got. It's thicker, so that I'm not. I will lose feeling in these two fingers because of the grip in the small pencil.
Yeah.
Jake had said that in a sense, marketing and I can't pronounce that word.
Ergonomic
would still involve the pink tax, but instead be renamed grip tax. But should I need to pay my corner wife for using tweezers to rub? Raging says, buy quality as cheap as you can, then retrofit it.
Yeah.
There are too many damn choices in retail already.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, because in the end, it's like that's what we do. I'm not when I go into Blix, I'm not looking for where's the girls section, where's the boys section. I'm literally picking up pencils and brushes and looking at. There's also like things you can snap onto pencils, to kind of retrofit. I mean, it's a lot.
Are we even allowed to like make things gender specific now?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, manufacturers are doing that all the time. Now everything's for men. It's like, JD gets its products literally for men. It's like, really? It's soap. Really have to be that
but
specific?
It's for men. And I like the stuff that uses like those weird adjectives like magnetic. I'm like, sweet.
It's like, it's like, okay. So it's like, you go into Walgreens or something and everything is gender specific still, the deodorant, and everything, the toothpaste. I mean, whatever, because in the end, it's like, that's a marketing thing. It's not a real thing. Even when toy companies started doing that, that's not a real thing. What they realized, that's like, if they separated the toys that way, they can sell two of everything.
Yeah.
Now if they make a basketball is a basketball. Anybody could play with it. But now if you make it pink, now all of a sudden, people are buying two of them.
Yeah, because the daughter wants one, the son wants one.
So even when everyone was more than happy to have the one basketball before. So it's not real. So I wouldn't trust it anyway.
Nefarious said the problem isn't the labor, it's paying for all the lubricant. Tweezers are pointy.
Wow.
Jake says that you forget I'm in the S&M.
Wow.
Pop says, hey yo.
Hey Pops.
Hey yo.
I mean, my problem would be that again too, that'd be a problem later on too when people realize that, oh, I don't like the fact that these are gender specific. How dare you, have a pencil for women?
But again, and the thing is though too, it's like, it's like you see I think like Bic keeps trying to do that, pens for women, and they always get ridiculed for it because it's ridiculous. It's like, you're not doing anything special except making it pink.
And Courtney also, taking out the crowdfunding, you could try it though. You could definitely try it.
That would be the best way to market test something.
From Courtney.
Okay.
Also from Courtney. Here we go.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. I find it difficult. At least Courtney, keeps the questions, different, I guess. Yeah. I find it difficult to draw during a live stream. You and me both, girl. I usually use Twitch, and like my male artist counterparts, I will put myself in an image and the drawing in the larger image display. But trolls are invading my chat, asking me to flash or move my camera so they can see my legs or feet. The focus should be on the art, which is why things like Lola's shoe cam or you ladies' makeup is problematic. No, that it's not a problem. And stop using the word problematic incorrectly. Thank you. I would prefer that the focus be on the creation and not from pervs who are just trying to fap to me, Courtney. Well,
that's for you. People like my shoe cam, but they also tune in to my shows.
Yeah.
They want to listen to what I have to say.
There's no shoe cam tonight, isn't there? There's no shoe cam.
No, there is no shoe cam. I'm sorry I wear makeup. I'm sorry I have nice shoes.
No, you don't be sorry. You know what's funny? It's like, no, screw that. It's like we shouldn't be apologizing for how we present ourselves or want to present ourselves on our streams.
Yeah, just because Luke wears makeup is no reason to.
Right? I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. But we use the word problematic incorrectly, like Daphne said. Like, it's not a problem. It's not problematic. I mean, how would it be? It might be problematic for your situation, but it's not problematic for Lola's situation. So, if people are like that, you just say, if those people obviously are just, they're just
They're
horny
trolling.
trolls,
Right.
and just ignore them or boot them or cut them or
Right.
whatever
It's
you
like,
need
yeah,
to do.
it's like, look, if you have someone moderating your feed, have them blocked. Nobody should be asked, if people are acting up, look, they're telling you who they are. So you shouldn't feel any guilt blocking them because they're only there to disrupt your stream. But that has nothing to do with how we present ourselves on our stream.
Right. Yeah, I do draw streams sometimes, and I either ignore the comments or I don't flash them up on the screen. If I'm drawing and I'm the only one that's on that, I don't really care. They can say, you don't have to acknowledge what people say on your stream. People are going to come in and be trolls and they're going to say something. You do not have to show their comment. You do not have to respond to their comment. Ignore them.
Right.
I'm a person of faith. Some people's like, well, you're a man of the cloth. Yes, I'm a man of the cloth. And I'm going to tell you that it's not, you don't have to do what anybody else wants you to do just because they want you to do it. Really, you get to make those decisions for yourself. If you want to show off your feet, you can show off your feet. If you want to, I think it's uncouth to for anyone to ask, hey, show me, flash me on the internet. It's the internet. Right. Don't be stupid, okay?
It's like, look, Lola has an entire book on Kickstarter right now about people with boundary issues.
But it's you set your boundaries. You make it about the art. There's always going to be people sexualize male creators too if they're attractive. The problem is there's not very many attractive male creators. So there's
right. Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't really happen so often.
And Pop says, I'm blocking people who try to disrupt my show.
Right, exactly. It's like, look, you have to curate your experience. If you're having a certain experience, look, this is your stream. You have to curate it. You have to moderate it. And you not moderating your stream is not an us problem. It's like, Lola's shoe cam is not the reason why you have trolls on your stream. Okay. Me drawing, I don't know, risque pictures, even though I haven't done that on a live stream. It's like, but even if I did, that's not responsible, or me selling, every time I pop House of Bob up, me putting up showing off House of Bob has nothing to do with the trolls on your stream. So you have to curate your experience. You're responsible for how your stream goes. I don't know how else to even explain that.
If anything else, Lola's shoe cam is owning the trolls, because now they're coming to look at her feet. They're still giving her views on YouTube, and some of those people give her money for that.
Yeah,
so
right.
They give me money. They can buy me shoes. They back my book.
Yeah,
so it's like, so we're
where's my for me, weirdo?
Right, exactly. And there's nothing to say that they're not also listening to what Lola is saying too. When she talks about her book, or answers questions or whatnot. So that's a lot of assumptions that you're making of her.
Also,
of us, just because you're having a bad time.
Lola shoe cam may be the reason why sometimes the husband might bring home a new pair of heels for his wife. Like, here you go, try these on. That might be her fault. That might be her fault.
No. She's only offering suggestions.
Comment says, Mr. Wheeler sexualizes me all the time. He says, I'm pretty cute.
Well, hey. Look, it's like, you have people who are sexualizing My Little Ponies. Okay, there's. I forgot whether it's like Rule 42, where it's like, if it's on the internet, there's someone jacking off to it. So it's like.
And in my fetish book that I have, guess what one of the fetishes is? It's hands. So there you go. You're showing off your hands when you draw. So someone is fapping to that.
Right, exactly.
Fappination.
So curate your experience.
Yeah.
Block it. Don't be ashamed to block. If people want to say it's like, oh, you're blocking me, it's like, yeah, okay, yes, I am. You're being a weirdo on my stream, and I'm pressing a button to get rid of you. Here's a trophy.
Yeah, I block people all the time.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I am unashamed of it. I'm like, you
Yeah.
know what? If you're gonna be a jerk, if you're gonna,
Right, yeah.
forget it. You're blocked.
Yeah,
Here
it's
we-
like
And blocked.
And then the last question we have.
okay. Oh, here's the spiciest of the spices.
Yeah.
Okay. So real talk. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I don't feel one shred of pity for these female creators who find themselves in creepy situations or harassed by a male mentor, because you're an asshole already. I'm willing to wager that more than 75% of them bypassed a female of equal or better skill than the guy for mentorship. They went with a guy because, well, maybe he's rich and will fall in love. Stop watching TV. He won't charge me because I'm cute, or I can pay him in vagina for the promise thereof. Yeah, stop watching TV, because a lot of this is just mythology in your head. However, I will give you this, though. I will give you this. Jeffrey.
If that's your real name.
Right. I will allow you the belief that if there is a choice between a female mentor and a male mentor, the male mentor will always win out.
Uh-oh.
I will give you that. I will give you that because it's like because in the end there is a overwhelming societal belief that male experience is real experience. So yeah, I see that happening. It's like, look, the closest analogy that I can come to this is that we used to know a guy who worked at a high-end department store selling shoes, women's shoes.
Al Bundy.
Right. No, but like high-end, like $500 shoes and whatnot. So, and it was him, and it was a gay associate, and everybody and all these women working the women's shoe department. Who do you think got the most customers? Because remember, they're all working on commission. It was him and the gay guy, because women would come in and they would automatically assume, and they've done studies on this too, they would automatically assume that the two men had the most experience out of everybody. And they've done studies, and also like in other like female dominated jobs, where it's like the second that there's a man there, customers automatically defer to that man. He could have been like literally hired yesterday, and everybody will automatically assume that, oh, he must be the manager. So I
would ask this though. All right, so here's the deal. It's women coming in to a women's shoe store. Is the dude attractive? If the dude is attractive, then they're going to want that dude to tuck their feet. Here's the thing.
That could be completely thing too.
I have gone and gotten pedicures. I've gone and gotten pedicures with my wife, and there are guys that work there, and I don't want that dude touching my feet. I understand he's just as capable as that woman is, and many times the opposite gender is like, I don't really want that woman to touch my feet. I would like that guy to touch my feet. There's just something about, I don't know, just something about that. And so maybe that has something to play in it. Maybe,
but so that's the thing. Right. But that's the thing though. So it's, so the thing is, so what happens is that you end up with situations where women are putting themselves, because it's like, well, one, there's significantly more male mentors to begin with. I mean, to tell you the truth, it's like in my entire career, I can't even count one female mentor I've ever come across. Even at my so-called real jobs. I mean, I've never, maybe out of like the dozens and dozens of male managers, I've maybe only had one female one, and I didn't work for her long enough to even assess anything. But it's like, so you're dealing with that. Then you're dealing with the whole thing that a lot of guys in positions of power are very tolerant of abuse. So yeah, that's a whole other issue.
When it comes to the comics, though,
all this other stuff, though, that's all mythology. That's all mythology. Because you know what? If women were really, if fucking your way to the top really worked, every company would have an entire female CEO staff and president. But no, it's like, no, for some reason, the guys like you like to think that women like to fuck their way up middle management.
Nita says, Daphne, stop being nice and start being real. Salute this MFer.
I think I'm doing that right now. You know, so it's like, yeah, so that's all mythology. You know what that is? That's mythology that mediocre ass guys love to believe in because they can't make it to where they want to be. So they see a woman coming in, busting her ass, and no matter how good she is at her job, oh, she must be fucking her way to the top. And you know what? And here's a question too: how bad would you have to want a promotion that you would suck dick for that promotion? Nobody ever asks that question.
Nobody ever asks.
How
I know a
is
few females in the industry that did that.
Well, I'm sure there's a few guys out there that would
but
be
you know what? For the amount of guys who like to pretend that this is a lot more common than it is, how good does a promotion have to be for you to suck dick for it?
Yeah, there's when you think about it that way, it's like, Raging is that I believe what Daphne said to be true with people who turn to a taller man who's better dressed and assume they are management.
Yeah, that there is that. Yeah, and also like being tall is also a thing too.
Oh, well.
That it's like they say that there's studies that if you notice, the higher up in management you get, the taller people get. Too, that there's a direct correlation. So yeah, so all us short trolls. Yeah, we're not getting into management.
I was born to be a CEO.
Exactly.
The ninja said facto. And Jake says, hypothetical, if you don't have your family doctor around and you had a prostate checkup, will you let the doc check you if they hot?
If it was like Mel Gibson in his prime, right? If he was wasn't there a Saturday Night Live skit about that where Mel Gibson was a gynecologist?
Well, I remember. I think I've told the story before, but there was a point where my doctor, my primary care doctor, very pretty, super attractive Italian lady, I was in love with her, and my wife knew it. My wife agreed she was hot.
She was hot.
Yeah, and I was really worried about like, oh my goodness, she's gonna see everything. But then when she came, I'm like, she's gonna see everything, and I hope that my body doesn't react to her seeing everything. And then her husband, just because I have a skin disorder, I had to go to a dermatologist, and she directed me to a dermatologist who happened to be her husband. So, and they have the same last name and everything. And so, he checked me out and everything. And I waited maybe a couple of months. And I said, is it odd to you guys? Because she would text him while I was in the room, like, oh, he's having this, in his armpit. Should I do this? Or would you want me to send him to you and have, because their offices were about maybe 20 minutes from each other. And I said, I had to make it weird. I said, do you guys talk about me at night? Like, you both see me naked. Is that like you both seen it? Normally this would be fun, like
they're talking. Trust me, they're discussing your skin condition. They're not talking about you.
Well, they should, we should bring Varian in. This is, at this point we both seen him naked. It's not fair.
No, it's like no, they're not. No, I mean it's kind of like the people who think that going to a gynecologist is some kind of like prelude to an orgy or something. It's like, honey, no, it's not. We go to a gynecologist, you get the little spatula, and it's like, oh, holy shit! I just want to get out of here as quickly as possible.
Now, I will say, Daphne, that Jeffrey's comment here about women bypassing men.
Yeah.
Bypassing
female. Yeah. No. I will give him that. Yeah. I will give him that because I've seen it happen. I have to admit, I've done it myself. I also, because it's a societal bias, and we all have that. We're all raised like that, so it's tough to overcome sometimes.
But at least though like, okay, listen, I'm gonna go with this this person here, because I think you have to check why you're doing it. Like if you're doing it and saying, well, maybe we'll fall in love. Maybe
no, but you know what?
If a woman's thinking that, then she's not trying to get that mentorship for the right reasons.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's like I said, I mean, it's like maybe out of like the thousands of women who are who want serious mentorship, there's probably like one or two chicken heads who are going to be like that. There's always chicken heads in a group. Okay.
Oh my gosh, he said chicken heads live on there.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be chicken heads in a group. Okay. It's like, I'm not going to deny that either, but it's not the predominant. It's not predominant on any level. And you know what? And you can usually pick out the chicken heads. You can see them from a mile away.
When I woke up this morning, I had no idea that you would say chicken heads by 9 o'clock, about 10 to 11. I had no idea. Sometimes I forget that Daphne's from New York.
Yeah. So, but that's why I always say it. So at least it explains a lot. So yeah, it's like, don't worry about chicken heads. But you know what? But this is not about chicken heads. I'm just gonna keep saying that because Varian finds it funny. Right? But it's like,
well, yeah. The ninja says my female boss used to make me a breakfast every morning after work.
I guess it helps to be married to them, I guess.
Rebel says, cluck, cluck.
Yeah.
Nothing. See, my boss was working in fast food.
Yeah.
Okay. So that why
there was. I don't know if this is related, but the thing is, though, it did remind me of it, though. So there was a study from Harvard from several years ago, and I'm always, ever since I read this study, it just explained everything, and I stopped questioning, based certain things based on ant heads. Based on this study. So Harvard did a study where they were studying whether the theory that women don't get ahead in companies, they don't get like higher level positions because they don't have access to the opportunity, i.e. the mentors. So what they did was I forgot what company it was they were working with, but they had everyone wear sensors that recorded everybody that they came in contact with. And what they found in this study was that no, the opportunities were all there. Women had the same access to managers. They had the same access to the opportunities as their male counterparts. So up until a certain point, there really was equal opportunity to access between men and women in this company. Where it stopped was when the final promotion was happening into the boardroom. And what they found is that when shit comes to Shinola, a male boss only wants to work with male coworkers. They do not want to work with women. And then that's where the ceiling happened. Everything else being equal, it all boiled down to a male boss does not want to work with a female equal.
When I worked at Toys R Us, we had a lot of guys there, and there used to be so much hate because we had this idea that one of the upper management guys, he was like, I don't think, we had a female working there. She's like, I can't lift this, it's too heavy. I can't lift it. And he's like, you know what? She needs to make at least $2 or $3 less than us because she can't lift this, she can't lift that. It's bullshit. And I was like, well, she does work hard though. She works hard, and I don't think we should dock her pay because she can't lift a 40-pound box. But the manager of that particular Toys R Us was a dick, especially to women. And all he wanted to do was hire women because he would constantly berate them. There was a woman there who I'm still friends with, very sweet lady, super short. My wife didn't believe how short she was until she met her, and she was like, oh my gosh, she's like a little doll. but she was the hardest working woman there. She would actually, we would put her up on the shelves, like the highest shelf in the store. Here, you stand, and it would hold her because she's like 70 pounds on top of that. Grown woman, but she was just that small. But one day she an iPad had went missing. Like 3 of them from Black Friday had been stolen. And she was really sad because it was her department. And he told her in front of all of us, why don't you go out to the trunk of your car and get them? Oh. And oh my goodness. And then he was a bully until the day he met my wife when he accidentally hired her.
Oh, and she gave him the what for?
Oh man, did she ever? I wasn't working there at the time. I had left, and she come out the store and she's like, it was the problem was, the issue was she had told everyone, hey, I can't work on this date because it's my son's birthday and we're having a party for him. Party starts at 2:00, so I can work up until 12. That's fine. I can work till noon, but I can't, and this is because she would go into work at 5 a.m. Right. I could work till noon. I can even work till 1. But I need to be out of there and home by,
I can see where this is going. Yeah.
Well, didn't he come to her and tell her, I need you to stay late?
Yeah, of course. I had a boss. My last job, I had a boss who did that all. He got off on trying to torture he got off on torturing the workers there. Mm-hmm. He loved doing that. Like people needed to go to the hospital. Like people would, need to go to the hospital, and he goes, no, you can't leave. No, I'm sorry. You can't have your dentist appointment. Yeah. I mean, it's like a woman literally got into a car accident and she was in surgery, and he was like, literally like, how soon when she's out of surgery can she actually start working in the hospital? I mean, this is just he just got off on that. So yeah. So that's,
I don't get some of the guys that do that. It's like, we're gonna make sure that you
I didn't take it. I walked out.
And I'm like, she didn't get fired either. She was
back to work, went to work the next day.
He didn't say shit.
Yeah.
Me and him would always get into it.
Yeah.
But I was one of the best workers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was one of those store managers that was like a good store manager to work with, but then I got we had a district manager that came in, and he was like that, and he hated the fact that people liked working for me.
Right.
And so he tried to like put the thumb down on me, and I threw a phone at him.
Was it a cell phone?
No. Oh. I ripped it out of the desk. I ripped it out of the desk and threw it at him. And I said, I'm out of here.
Wow. I see. If Luke threw a phone at you,
you got to be a pretty big jerk.
You what's the model? The model Amon? Remember, she was doing cell phones for a while.
Iman, No, not Iman. No, not Iman. It was
Naomi Campbell.
That her.
Yeah, it was Naomi Campbell. Yeah, she was doing cell phones.
Iman was married to David Bowie.
That's right. Let's take a look at you guys' campaigns here. Let me pull those up because I meant to have them up earlier. By the way, before I get into the campaigns, guys, I'm so excited. Luke's not going to be excited because he's he's a little lame. But when it comes to stuff like this, but once again, they've done it. Axel Braun has done it. He's a genius when it comes to costuming. Look at Taskmaster in the Black Widow porn parody.
Oh no! I swear to God, it's like some of these porn parodies are, they're done by bigger fans than the actual movies.
Yeah. Listen, I watched one. I fast forwarded past all the pornography.
I had a friend who worked for Wicked too.
Did you?
Yeah. He would do all the covers, and all the models liked him because he would like really, really airbrush them and put sparkles in their eyes and really pretty them up for the cover.
I remember that comes out July 9th. So I'm like, they did, but the costume looks great. And they always seem to go, their Captain Marvel costume that they did. I'm like, that's that's what she should look like. That's what even the actors look like.
Right.
I
Yeah.
was like, they know what they're doing. But they have, like they don't have the budget, but they know what they're doing. They surprise me. They surprise me. I
Well,
can't.
but that's the beauty of the fan subculture now, that it's like that technology has gotten and just access to the skill to make these costumes as professional looking as they do is a lot more accessible. It's like, you can hire cosplayers to make costumes for you, I guess. I'm assuming that's what they're doing.
It probably is. They probably are doing that. They probably are hiring cosplayers like, hey, we need you. And the cosplayers like, please don't tell anybody that, I did this. Here we are. Hybrids. The killing field.
The killing field.
There we go. Oh, yeah, and you also have cosplay costumes in your campaign.
I do have cosplay costumes in my campaign for those cosplayers. I hope to one day like partner with some cosplayers to
it is amazing
to really
John said that costume is amazing. That costume was cool. Next she says she likes me for my brain and my body. Oh wow. This is Taskmaster perfectly reversed. That's you got this book at night. You weren't funded last time I looked at this, but now you are.
Yeah, we funded today. We funded earlier today.
Oh, there you go. Congratulations. Yeah. At least that's finally out of the way.
Yeah, that is out of the way. So funding is now a thing of the past. Now what we're trying to do is run the score up a little bit so that we can really put out some cool stuff.
That action figure came out really, really good.
It did. I'm pretty happy with it. It's I always wanted one with one of my characters, and so the action figure turned out good. The we just finished up the last of the files for the role-playing game that has turned out really good. It's a solid campaign. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty excited. So,
I have a gripe.
All right, what's that?
I wish the art back there was over just a little bit to the right so I can see his face a bit more.
Well, I can't do that because that was a cover piece that was done for me, and so there's no more art to the other side.
You would have to extend. Yeah, you would have to extend the artwork.
I see.
So we'd have to do a lot more finagling to make it happen. Yeah, I totally agree. But I like the artwork I really wanted to feature it on this one. So,
well, that's Damien with the figure.
Yeah.
Old toys. Yeah. I do. I think that it's a very good representation of the Trash Man.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah. It's not too bad. We wanted to make him a little bulkier, but you can only do so much. We couldn't have a 2-pound piece of plastic in there.
The download, you can download this player's guide for the RPG sampler.
Yeah.
You got trading cards.
Yeah, everybody gets that trading card, so every physical backer will get that. We are less than 25 backers away from opening up the patch. Isn't that cute? So the other patches that I've done were more masculine, I guess. They're black and white or black and silver, and I decided I wanted to do some stuff that was more, that was geared more towards the lady fans out there. So
that is so cute.
All the ladies really like the chlorine chibi from the last campaign, the sticker. And so we decided to go ahead and make that into a patch. A nice patch.
Let me see here.
Yeah, patches are like really popular now. It's like the 80s all over again. Everyone buying denim jackets, just put patches all over them.
Yeah.
I made a pair of pants. I still have them with a bunch of alt rock bands on them. I had Linkin Park on there. System of a Down, Evanescence, just a bunch of bands. And I had taken an old red Toys R Us shirt and taken it and frayed it. And so I sold the patch on the red frayed material and sold that on the pants. And there's this big baggy jeans I had. But I would go places with those jeans on, and people would look and, oh my God, where'd you get those from?
Right. Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh,
All those Hot Topic kids.
yeah. And then when I tell people I made them, there was 2 questions. One, you're a black guy wearing alt rock pants, and 2, you can sew.
Oh, Jesus.
John Anthony says, is Hybrids a comic and an RPG?
Yes, we have a comic and an RPG. So 14-year-old Luke used to spend all of his time in the comic book shop reading Chris Claremont's X-Men and a bunch of other stuff, some DC stuff and stuff in there. So one of the things that I was surrounded by all the time was these role-playing games. And we would, my friends would go to the comic book shop, we'd buy our comics, and then we'd go home and play Dungeons and Dragons or something like that. And that was our Wednesday, every Wednesday. And one of the things that I always wanted to do was to have a comic that was multi-issue, but then also have it to where you could jump in and play it like we did our favorite, our favorite role-playing game at the time, whatever it might have been. And so we just did it. I'm 41 now, and I do what I want to do. And what I want to do
exactly.
What I wanted to do was have a role-playing game with with my comic book, and I do. So everyone else gets to benefit from that now.
Now you had somebody come in and do it for you to help you with the system of the game.
I did, yeah. So I'm one of those. I like to partner with people that are that are talented, and I worked with a guy named Nick Tockard to he developed the role-playing game and all the engine behind it. He loves the Hybrids universe, I think, as much as I do, maybe a little bit more in some cases. And so he did a fantastic job developing that that game.
Let me pull it back up. I'm sorry, I took it down for a second, but where it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Now you're funded. We always knew this book was coming out anyway.
Yeah.
And so funding just takes some of the stress off of you. Like, okay, I made the funding goal I had. 36 pages, full color, standard size comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Book is completely finished. The book is done.
Book is done. It's we're getting the last of the print files ready for the printer. Mm-hmm. And then, it's just a matter of making sure setup is right and all the margins are where they need to be and everything's in the right print stuff. So yeah.
And then you can get the catch-up tier, the variant catch-up tier. Now, let's explain to people, because some people are gonna like John asked, some people are gonna wonder, well, wait a minute, am I getting the same book? Because I noticed the trade dress has changed on the book a few times.
Yeah.
So Hybrids has found the new home over at Arrow Comics.
Yes. So I've mostly self-published.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was over at Starcross Comics, it was still kind of a self-published kind of thing. It was just kind of a conglomeration of different people kind of self-publishing under Joe Spicer's imprint. And but we did all the work pretty much. We would help each other out a little bit, but it's still very much a self-publishing venture. And this is the first time where it's kind of gone above and beyond that. So we're now with Arrow Comics, and it's the same story, but we're remastering the first issue. So with the first issue, when I first did it, I didn't have enough money to pay a colorist for more than 20 pages. And we didn't have enough money to print mass books, like a few hundred copies, more than the 24 self cover. So it needed to stay 20 pages on the interior. And so that's why it is why it was what it was because of budget. And it was only as good as I could draw at the time. So, I've gotten better, and I had always wanted that issue to be a little bit better, but I would rather just make new content for people instead of going back and trying to perfect stuff that was good enough. But with the whole Arrow Comics release, it's getting ready to go into retailers here in August, and I wanted to put the best foot forward. And so we went ahead, and about 80 to 85% of that book we completely remastered. So this is going to be brand new art. We redid some of the sequential pages so that they look better, like sequential scenes, so they look better. We added in 4 extra pages. So we extended a couple of fights. We put in things that had been taken out, and then we wrote a couple of brand new things for it. So pretty exciting stuff. So it is It's the same book, but just much more improved when you look at the remastered version.
And I love that Kane and White cover you got with the trade, and then you got sketch covers.
Yeah, that sketch cover is going to be of the remaster issue 1. So, and there's only going to be 15 of those total available. And I'm doing the front and back on those, and it's traditional, obviously, but front and back, pencil and ink and some ink wash. So it should be really nice.
Yeah, and you got the cosplay pack there. This looks good, man. Lola, you're gonna cosplay as Chlorine?
I don't know, man. I don't do cosplay right now. Maybe in the future. I'll keep it in mind.
When we're touring conventions.
And I can tell people that
What happened to your mic?
Oh, right.
We switched mics.
No.
Mine's on, his is off. Because if we have them both on at the same time, it's like horrible echo.
Oh, okay.
I just want to bring this up really quickly because I did it publicly, so I want to just have everything out in the open. Lola, I wasn't yelling at you when I was saying don't apologize to anything. I was just raising my voice at the idea of
you're fine.
apologizing. I'm not, it's like I don't think that we have to apologize.
My apology was being sarcastic.
Okay, all right, because I
really apologizing.
Right, because No, I'm not apologizing to Jeffrey. I'm apologizing to raising my voice, sounding like I was raising my voice at Lola.
No,
actually, and it wasn't Jeffrey, it was Courtney. So yeah, I was yelling at Courtney. I wasn't raising
Jeffrey,
my voice.
Under the bus.
Either way, yeah. So I just wanted to clarify that I was
you're fine.
you. Okay,
you're fine.
If
I was mad, I would have just booted you out the show.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so at least I would know. At least I would know for sure. Okay. And then I would have to offer tribute and apology. So yes. Right. So at least we know where we stand.
The non-apology. I'm sorry you were feeling that way. Yeah. It is true.
Yeah.
So people can check out Hybrids of Sons of Gods, Hybrids the Killing Field, Part 1 and 2 is over there. Now you can pick up this. You don't have to necessarily get the original Hybrids books to enjoy this one.
Yeah, if you can get Part 1 and 2, it's $20, free domestic shipping on all of the tiers, and so for $20 you can jump right into the story. I try to write every book that it's someone's first, with the understanding that it's gonna be someone's first comic book. So you can just jump right in with Part 1 and 2.
Cool. Hybrids. Go over and pick it up, people, on Indiegogo. The link is in the description. I know it because I just put it there. And the link is all in the chat too. We put it in the chat a bunch of times. So go check that out. I'll put it in the link on the YouTube as well. It is on the Facebook, though, the Indie World Facebook. Check it out. Now we are going to pop over to Egoraven. 1 second.
My baby.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like this has been, look, every Kickstarter is like the longest campaign ever. I swear. I don't think there's one campaign that I wasn't exhausted at the end of it.
I did want to show everybody though that hold on 1 second. Once again, me being a big just because this launch today too at 9:00. I see how it is. I see how it is. Peter and everyone else over there.
Oh,
not gonna turn this Fathom already went over its goal. Look at it's going up now as we speak.
Right.
It was $35,000 goal.
You see, if I do have a goal for my campaigns, if I'm not interested in Netflix, but I am interested in seeing that happen.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, it's like I would like to have a book of mine raise 40 grand.
And it's still going up. It's still going up. I will admit I'm one of the people that backed it. I was like, hey, new Mike Turner stuff. Everyone's Fathom the Core. It's a new book, so I'm pretty excited about that. But, I love that art, by the way. That art looks fantastic. Let me take it down now.
Okay. Hey, Variant had a fanboy moment.
I'll go over to Egoraven right now, and I I almost messaged you, by the way,
Okay.
because I went to go check your campaign because I knew I was like, is it over? Is it 3 days left? Or
No,
and
it's 6 days.
I could have sworn that I seen it on Indiegogo, and I'm like, oh no, she's been cloned, but it wasn't. My mind was just playing tricks on me because that happens.
Okay.
That happens. People will,
Right. Yeah.
get their campaigns cloned.
So don't scare her.
Well, no.
Yeah, I
she
know.
would've-
Really.
she would have
You
freaked
know?
out. Like
I would have.
She would not have slept tonight
Yeah. No, for real.
until that one's taken down.
It's like, could you have waited until I had a $41,000 campaign?
Yeah.
Hail Wise, how are you?
Wise guys.
What's up?
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Please, everyone, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate it. If you do, it really helps us. $3,189 of $1,000 goal, 89 backers, 6 days to go.
Yeah. I'm less than 400. I can't do the math right now. It's too late for me to do math. So less than $400. At 3,500 unlocks the last print stretch goal. Although it would be really, really funny if I could make it to 4,000 in 6 days. But I don't want to push my luck. I'll settle for the 3,500. At least there's a stretch goal there.
and you've been bouncing around. I've been seeing you on some other shows.
Yeah. I've been having a good time. It's like talking lore and stories, and just where this whole series is going. I did a little update on. I don't know if we talked about it before with where I showed some future covers. For the future issues coming up, in case like people are like going, I've never heard of you. Why should I support you? And it's like, well, it's like, well, this is my issue 2. I'm 7 issues deep, and we're talking about a 15 issue series. So yeah, I'm here for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And speaking of, you just mentioned 15 issues from Indie Bolt Radio. This is from Scott. Scott says,
okay.
What I like about manga is something I'm seeing more indie creators do, which is set definitive endings for their series.
Yes.
It's a really nice thing to know that you're reading a book with a conclusion, and if the artist or creator is ever inspired enough, maybe a possible sequel in the future rather than ongoing money grabs.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So you just mentioned that 15. Yeah.
It was a very deliberate decision on my part because I just don't do the forever stories. It's like I want each story arc to be its own definitive thing, and it's like and it's like every story, and then every story that comes after that is its own thing. So it's like they all connect, but it's not like a never-ending cycle. I mean, this story arc ends at issue 15. Yeah.
I always thought that when Marvel or DC cancels a book, they should let that character not go, but let them rest for a while, and then if they decide if there's interest, people really want to see, Iceman again. Right. Let's bring him back and see what he's been up to. And the character may have actually just been on break, like in movies.
Oh, like a Tamagotchi. But comics.
like in movies, between the first and the second movie, there's some stuff that has happened. The characters have gotten a bit older. The character may be out of practice. We find that type of stuff happens in movies, and maybe we should do it in comics too. But we don't do that. We just
but that's what happens when you're talking about a company. They're literally creating content. It's like Netflix. It's like they're not a studio. They're creating content to aggregate data.
Yeah.
They don't see shows like The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance as art. They just see that as a means to an end. And they canceled it because it didn't get the end that they were looking for, which is data, which is more subscribers. So they're not going to spend money on it. Same thing with Marvel. These are IPs. It's not art. It's marketing. It's like business. It's business. What's funny is because it's not like what we're doing isn't business. you know. But the thing is, though, is that their end game is different. It's like, okay, this character is not selling, so we're going to cancel that. The story doesn't matter to them. You know, it doesn't matter. The character, as art, doesn't matter to them. These characters matter to me. They matter to me a lot. So I want to make sure their story gets told. So you know, so that's so it's like having a definitive ending is part of that. You know, it's like, you know, you're getting this story whether you like it or not.
Now, I keep joking with you about an Egoraven toy.
Yeah, no, that would be that I'm leaving the door open for.
That would be cool. Because I seen JD making some. I seen someone.
Someone's making a 3D model. Actually, I think it's two people. He has Damien doing some modeling, and he has like this other guy doing modeling too. So we're gonna see who does it. But the other one looks more like for animation rather than for printing. So I'm curious to see how that comes out.
But I need a Oswald toy.
He's working on it. He's working on it
in my life. I mean, like I have these little figures you know, statues. I have hot toys. I have Mario Brothers toys. They sit here on my desk sometimes now. Luigi. And today I was in the store and I seen a Sonic, and it's classic Sonic, and I had to get it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You know. Yeah. I mean, it's like me. I would like my toys to be a little bit more complicated. You know how like DC put out the Bishonen figures.
Yeah.
You know, of like Wonder Woman, of all the female characters. I would love something like that.
Daphne, how? I know you got the chance to work on Mischievous.
Yeah.
Which you said was really cool.
Yeah.
Would you? I'm gonna put you on the spot here for a second.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the wife just got. Matter of fact, hold on. She just got a big, huge trade of ElfQuest. She's never read ElfQuest.
Right.
A big, huge trade of it. She read Second of Charles, and she picked it up. But they come to you and say, Daphne, we want you to draw this 10-issue miniseries. Okay. And the choice is you get to work on Sonic the Hedgehog for Archie. Okay, but remember, you get to do work on that, or you get to work on ElfQuest. 10 issues either way.
Wow. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't either one.
No,
I wouldn't either one. This is something that I've kind of thought about in the past. I mean, but it was more like the hypothetical was Rocket Raccoon, and I was like, going, you know, I couldn't do it. I just have like this real big issue about drawing other people's work.
Yeah.
That's why the Mischievous thing was unusual, because it's like I've never really, I think I've done it once before, and I kind of pretty much swore that off, that I was never going to do comics for other people again. But this opportunity was like, no, this is Mischievous was different, because it was like coming full circle for me. Like, you know, the Arrow comics, the Aniverse, the Realm, these comics were part of my inspirational wheelhouse pretty much. And you know, and I guess like because it felt more, because it's like, you know, oh, Randy's right there.
Yeah.
You know, and it felt more like a peer.
Yeah.
As opposed to like Wendy Peeney would be more like a boss icon type of thing, you know, so it's a little different. So that's why, you know, when he joked about, oh, you want to do a short story, and me and JD were like, yeah, we do want to do a short story. And that was so that was pretty much it, because comics, it's you know what, I'm greedy. I want to keep my comics to myself. My comic book work.
I James Obar called it. He says, I remember his interview he was doing. It's on the Crow DVD, and he's drawing. He says, "Yeah, I've tried my best to be a comic book whore, but I just don't have it. I don't have an X-Men story in me. I've tried.
Really, yeah.
I would love for them to let me do a Wolverine story. I would love it, but the problem is the crippling self-doubt I would have once I got the job. because it wouldn't happen. Hey, creators outlet, hello.
Hey, hi.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, for me, like my hypothetical was Rocket Raccoon, and it's like, yeah, no, I can't. It's just, it's my comic book work is for me, and that's
you
what it is.
You got to put that aside because I got a project. I got a project down the line that I want you to work on.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
You got to dangle a very big carrot in front of her face.
Right. Yeah. Because you got to remember, it's like
it's adult work.
Well, yeah, that's fine. But the thing is, though, it's like you got to remember, it's like time to do other people's work is time I'm taking away from my work. So depending on where I am at my work, like my work is always going to have priority. But like I said, we'll see. I'm not going to deny or confirm or promise anything.
Now, you got your sketch covers up here.
Yes, we got sketch covers.
You've done some rainbow covers. They're like
that the hollow foil. Yeah.
All good looking stuff. And I was at Egoraven #1, and it's a good book. So 2.
Thank you.
2 I've backed 2, and I'm those hollow foil covers though, they look really cool. I'm trying to figure out how to stick hollow foil on one of my covers, but I can't figure it out yet. I'm going to.
What do you mean?
I'm going to. I don't like all of my comics. I'm like, what comic can I put hollow foil on?
Oh, like image wise, like would this image work for hollow foil? I mean, it's like, aside from very specific, like the nude cover, I didn't make it specifically for hollow foil, but afterwards I'm like, oh boy, I really want to see this cover on hollow foil. But I mean, honestly, none of the covers are designed for hollow foil. I just like it, I just think it's really neat, so I just printed everything on hollow foil.
And it is really neat.
Yes.
You got stickers in here.
Yeah, the stickers, they're all unlocked, so everyone's getting those. Like I said, the stretch goal that's left is the print at 3,500. So, and both digital and physical backers get that print.
That's cool. And a nice thank you.
Yes, and a nice because really, I mean, it's like, with everything that's out there, it's not that I consider it's not like I consider people competition. I mean, it's like, I'm doing my book, it's like, but the thing is, though, I understand that there's a lot of choices people can make. I mean, and money is limited, I mean, it's like, it's impossible to support everything. So when people make that decision that they're going to spend money on my book or any of our books, that's important. That's something that should be thanked. Because it's like, wow, it's like you made the decision out of everybody that's out there on Kickstarter. You decided that my book, that our books was worth your money, and
it's incredibly humbling.
It really is. It really is. Like, I have 89 people who made that decision. And it's like, I can't, what can I say to that? But thank you. Thank you all.
And you funded less than 3 hours. Let's keep that going. Let's try to get it to $4,000 this weekend.
That would be cool. That would be cool if I could end on $4,000. That would be nice.
You can pick up issue 1 and 2.
You know what? If we can end on $4,000, I might have. Maybe I'll come up with something special for as kind of like the surprise stretch goal for everybody. But I don't know yet. So let's make it to $4,000 and see what happens. You can pick up issue #1. You're don't have to worry about it trying to find issue #1. You can definitely you can get it. And this book is finished, so it's really cool. Like, some people, like, you back their book and you gotta wait. Right here. It's right here.
It's in her
right
hand.
here.
It's ready
it's
to
in
ship.
my hand. It's ready. It's ready to go to print. It's done. It's proved. It's like there is like no waiting. You don't have to worry about whether it's like you're going to get this issue in 3 years.
Hollow foil. Welcome back to the 90s. P.S. I always think it's the 90s.
Which was not 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Either.
That's Egoraven, Egoraven.
Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, my baby. I mean, really, I can't even begin to tell you how important how absolutely personal this project is to me. So I am absolutely humbled by everybody who's enjoying it. So thank you.
Over on Kickstarter, go over there today. You can pick it up, and Daphne will. She'll be very happy with you.
Yes, I was very.
And the cool thing is, I'm not gonna promise this, but I'll tell you this: Daphne, she tends to like stick like a lot of stuff into the like.
Yeah,
when
I
you
do.
Yeah, when you open the comic, the Gemini mailers, it is bursting with stuff.
Yeah, it really it's like, but that's how much I appreciate everybody who supports the book. I'm stuffing your mailer full of things.
Yeah, like,
all the things.
You're gonna get this stuff whether you like it or not. No, it's and it's not like I recently got I backed the campaign. I got the stuff, and it's like they didn't care. Like they stuck. Well, I can tell because they threw like 18, 19, 20. Like it's like 20 of the same stickers in there. They just threw them in there, and they were. And while it wasn't a problem, it was just like, wow, really? I mean, it was like they were getting rid of shit. Honestly.
That's the worst. No. I made stuff specifically, extra stuff specifically for just to give people everything.
It was almost like
just to give away. You know?
It's like I made this for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't make this for somebody else and then give it to you. I made this.
It was like stuff they didn't have in there. Oh, we don't have any cons, so this is the shit we normally give out free at the show. Just stick it in everybody's Gemini mailers and get it out.
Right.
And lastly, Miss Lola, here's your book.
There you go. Really close to breaking that 2,000.
Yeah.
If I can get one person to back my featured tier, I will be there.
$75 are going all in out with that tier.
There you go. One. You just need one person. $75.
They will be the 40th backer and get me to my $2,000 goal.
And you get what? So what do you get in this tier? Because it looks like you get a lot of stuff in this tier.
You get a physical copy of Lore, unsolicited, the fetishes A to Z, plus 2 invites that are in the book, plus the key that's also a bottle opener, and you get the ring.
I mean, that's a lot of stuff for $75.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And so
especially considering Lore is 80 pages by itself.
Right. So there you go. Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the fetish sticker pack has been unlocked. The print by Daphne has been unlocked.
Yep.
Lore, there's the cover right there. There's a Lola wraparound cover too. That's actually Lola on the cover. That's the photography cover.
And it's a limited edition too, right?
Yeah, there's only like what was it, 50 of them? Lola?
Yeah.
50 of those, and
they're still available.
They are.
So there you go. So yeah. So look. And I think that variant covers are very unusual on trades. So this is special on a couple of levels. You know, it's
the official Lola edition.
Right, exactly.
my creepy voice went, oh. Yeah, I was told never to do that voice again the other night. It was great. I lose the man that I never do it again.
I would prefer that you never do it again.
Well, yeah, kind of.
It's my creepy voice.
Yes, it is.
Here's the art from Dave Brown, Dave the Supreme.
Right, yeah, Jake. It's not every day, right? And they're not doing that author pose. You know that they're all in the back dust jacket doing this. You know.
Yeah, that's.
She's doing a proper wraparound, sexy cover.
I joke with it. Even her artist picture, just like cleavage, and it's like I can't help it. Like, okay, we can figure out something. There it is, the bottle opener key.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is in the logo. I keep saying that to people, but that's actually, and that plays a part in the comic, in the story. Correct, Lola?
Yeah, that's the key that you'll see throughout the whole comic. And
then Blair's ring. Blair's a character in the comic, and you can get his actual ring, and you can wear it and be just as creepy as Blair.
I was about to say, yeah.
Now, if you reach that 2,000, you get the sticker is going to be unlocked. There's a holographic sticker.
Yes.
Maybe there's a few Blairs out there that should go ahead and buy that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some Blairs
They
out
should
there.
buy. They should buy the big tiers if they're like that.
Shaker Comics T-shirts 25, Lore T-shirts 25. The Fetches A to Z book is a adult alphabet book where Lola is taking every letter of the alphabet and giving it a fetish. So like A is aquaphilia, and she's had an artist draw that fetish. I got in, so I did nylons, and I did that. And also there's a cover. I was the man. I was voluntold to do the cover for Fetishes A to Z. So I did the sexy lady sitting here. And then
It's a very educational book. I had to when Lola gave me the prompts, I had to look up stuff.
yeah, she's I've seen some of the pages. I'm like, wow, are we going there? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's funny though. The colorist of this, I didn't tell him to make that costume leather. He just did.
Thank you. Hold on one second.
Hmm?
Thank you so much, Wise. I really, really appreciate it. You are awesome.
Did he just put you over?
He put me over 2,000.
Nice. Thank you, Wise.
Hey, I don't have to drink, do I?
I'll drink. I'll drink.
I got
Cheers.
a drink right here.
There we
Cheers.
go. Cheers.
It takes a while probably to show up on this side, but yeah, very
Huzzah
good.
for Lola.
Huzzah! And so that's the Fetishes A to Z book. It is it's a really funny book and educational too.
Yes, it is. It is.
There's that's in the Fetishes A to Z book. That's from Jason Doobie. He actually drew Lola. Which I keep saying, man, I gotta talk to him about that. It's like, okay, man. Another Daphne Lage piece right here, horsing around.
Yeah, really. Multiple. Even though it's for Z, it's all multiple fetishes going on in that piece.
There are so many things going on.
It's an awesome piece. I love it.
Thank you.
And then unsolicited.
You're very talented at what you do there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Unsolicited is it's pictures that Lola has gotten
from men with boundary issues.
Right. When they sent it, she thought, well, heck, I'll just take these pictures and I'll put them in a book. Now she's removed any identifying marks. There's no names. There's just, here's the picture I got, and here's what they said when they sent the picture.
Unless you really know what someone's junk looks like, you're not going to be able to identify them.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I do understand. Unless unsolicited too, though, there may be some there may be some creators, some creators at some point have reached out to Lola and said, here's my junk. Yeah.
Ooh.
So their junk may end up unsolicited too.
Mm.
Like, why
How
would
about,
you?
how, about the, how about the junk I sent you, Varian?
Did it send me some junk?
Oh no.
Oh wait, what kind of junk are we talking about?
We're not talking about an episode of Hoarders here.
No, we're talking about you got a t-shirt too. Thanks, guys. Yeah. And Jake said horseplay. Jimmy, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Nita says 11. She's naming a number.
No, don't yell out numbers. No.
I recognize that bulge as a non. And those pics prove that the camera doesn't add 10 pounds. They do.
Right.
So that's what's unsolicited, and it's a pretty funny book. I did the cover for that too, and that original art sold. So that was cool. I was humbled by that selling.
That one sold pretty fast.
Yeah,
it was a good piece, man.
That someone is going to be hanging that up in their walls on their wall somewhere.
Yeah. I'm happy to.
They're like, hey, check out this original art I bought.
Yeah,
buy that. Like, it's like it's really good. I remember when you posted that the pencils. I was like, dude, that's really really tight drawing. But
it's like, why?
Who's gonna sing portfolio forever, huh? It's gone. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I had fun drawing that one. I did it on live stream, like Luke said. So it's good stuff. So Lola, that book is gonna be you got a ship date of December on there, but you think you're gonna go before that?
Yeah, I just gave myself leeway just in case anything happens, but it's gonna ship before then.
Right.
Probably way before then.
Yeah.
So there it is, Lure, Lure, over on Indiegogo, folks. Please hop over there.
Oh, refresh it so we can see the updated number.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
2025, 4 days left. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, Wise.
Again, it's like, you know, you made that choice, you know, that we're worth your money. And
there's that
know.
community coming out again.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We're at the end of our show. Luke, where can our listeners find you at?
Pretty easy. You go over to lukestonestudios.com. That's Luke Stone Studios with an S on the end.com, and you can find the link to the Indiegogo, which is up for another 6 days. Please go by and check that out. We've got a lot of really cool stuff there, and I would really appreciate you checking it out and getting that book in your hands if we can. And then all of my other crowdfunding and social media stuff is out there, and on that site as well. My YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So check that out.
Jake said that the drawing ends up on either 3 walls: the art collector one, the bedroom one, or the dungeon.
but at least there's a space for it.
Yeah. At least there's a space.
Yeah.
He says thanks for the show.
Yeah,
thank you for listening. Yeah, thank you.
Ms. Lage.
You can find all my links and all that fun stuff on my main portfolio site, egoworks.com, EGOWRKS. You can find links to all of my galleries and my social media. I mostly hang out on Facebook, where you can see work in progress and sketches and dopey little doodles. And if you want to see work in progress while I do like live streams or stuff, I just didn't do one today because my neighbors were doing construction. So that's not, it's not usually good to run a live stream during construction. So you can check out my YouTube. The link is also at egoworks.com. You can also read the first 5 issues of Egoraven, Heir of the First Unicorn, in its original black and white format, if you're still on the fence about supporting the campaign. And if you prefer your fantasy to be more Lord of the Rings type, you can head over to talltalesonline.com, where you can read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free. And if you want something a little bit more akin to the fetish book, I have a link just for you. You can head on over to my Fur Affinity page, where you can check out the official uncensored House of Bob gallery that you do have to register for and be over 18 to see, but it's there as well. So egoworks.com, all my links, a little something for everybody.
Awesome. Mr. Varian.
Yeah.
Or do you want me to go first?
No, I can. I'm Varian Grant, KYD.
No, can
KYD_V on Twitter, Varian Grant on every other social media network. Check out my personal website, winweriot.com. I'm probably going to try to do some live drawing sometime this weekend, maybe. I'm not sure. I know that I will be a part of CromCon coming up.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This weekend. So, we'll be there. We'll be doing a bunch of other stuff. So, I got some drawing to get done. And while I've got my medication, I might as well get it done. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Miss Lola, where can they find you?
Guys, I am everywhere. So if you want to track me down, go to Linktree indie_princess, and all my links are there, including a link to the awesome Indiegogo you just saw, Lore. It has 4 days left, so go check it out. Back it, support it, share it, do what you got to do, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And that's it for us.
We're going to let you guys go have the rest of your night. Thanks for watching. Tune in tomorrow morning, breakfast buzz at 9 a.m.
We'll be there.
We're going to make Daphne be there because she's been trying to.
Yeah, I've been truant for a couple of shows.
And it's important she'll be there, but I'll tell her why. When we go out.
Oh, you never said our sponsor.
Oh,
that's right. We have a new sexy sponsor.
Right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now I want to keep it secret from Lola too, so I'll get a chance to tell her now.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's her first time hearing it, actually. The show Geekgasm is actually going to be, for the next couple of months, sponsored by an alcoholic beverage. What alcoholic beverage, you might be asking? It's gonna be sponsored by Smirnoff, actually. So
Really?
Very cool.
Nice.
yeah, that's very.
Does that mean we could finally do backer shots on the main channel? If we
They didn't back backer shots. They backed Geekgasm.
right, but we could do backer shots on Geekgasm. Right?
You can technically.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's congratulations.
Yeah, so Smirnoff is
Thank
going
you.
to be back.
It's new to me too.
I didn't want. I told her I was going to tell her tonight, but then
Right.
this morning.
You know, it's funny because Meredith was joking about that it's like, oh, you know, it's like maybe if we can get Smirnoff to sponsor backer shot.
And the thing is, I knew in my head, I'm like, I can't say anything. But I was trying to surprise Lola with it. So yeah.
Well, yeah. So we're gonna have to do something to feature our exclusive sponsor.
Starting in June, you'll see the Smirnoff.
I'm gonna have to buy Smirnoff coolers.
Right, there you go.
Now
Yeah.
I can't show this one off.
Yeah,
Right.
It's not Smirnoff.
So it's gonna be pretty fun. I
There
think
you
that. Yeah, that's it for us, guys. We'll see everybody tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Me and Randy and Daphne will be here.
Yes, early in the morning. Well,
we got some guests. I forget who's all coming on, but I know Specs Thompson will be there with his book. We're talking to his book about Legacy Overview. Check that out, and we will see you guys then.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.
Yeah.